My name's Duddits, I do builds and stuff, and today I've got a Stasis Warlock build that we are going to be able to dominate. We are featuring the mighty Felwinter's Helm and the also equally as mighty Conditional Finality. And this build isn't like your typical Stasis Warlock build where we're going to slow things and take our time. We are going to slow things, debuff things, suppress things, dominate things, and just get up close, personal, and absolutely destroy all different types of enemies in every single piece of content in the game. This build is absolutely awesome. Absolute carnage, pure domination. Stay tuned, I'm going to break it all down. So the first part of the build is all around the exotic helmet, the Felwinter's Helm. Powered melee final blows create a burst of energy that weakens nearby targets. It's 30% debuff, which is absolutely crazy. That's the same as tractor cannon. Finishes and final blows against more powerful targets increase the radius. So the powerfuler the enemy, the more radius and the longer it lasts. But just a quick example, slow something, freeze something, get them ready for a finisher, and then finish, and everything else around that target is 30% debuffed. It also suppresses them, so it makes them go a little bit weird. They all start acting like they're blinded. So a nice 30% debuff. When you pair this with some of the stasis aspects, especially Frostpulse, whenever you cast your rift, it's going to generate a shockwave that freezes nearby combatants. And the other one to pair this one with is the other aspect as well, which is called Iceflare bolts. Shatter into frozen targets, spawn seekers that track and freeze other nearby targets. Now, Iceflare bolts and the Frostpulse paired together with the suppression part and the weakening effect from Felwinter's Helm is just an absolute match made in heaven. You can slow things infinitely, get things prepped up for your finisher, and you can absolutely dominate all different types of encounters. Everything's frozen, everything's dizzy, the 30% debuff for you and your teammate. This works perfectly together, and in my opinion, Felwinter's Helm works the best on Stasis. It's a video I covered a couple of seasons back, and I just wanted to redo it because it's that strong. Look at the state of it, really good. So the sort of quick loop of play is to freeze something via your grenade or your rift or your weapon, whether it's conditional or Aegis or something like that, and then you can take advantage. If you go with Whisper of Change while you are near frozen targets or friendly stasis crystal, you take reduced damage from targets. And then Whisper of Fractures, your melee energy recharges faster when you are near 2 or more enemies, so that them two work perfectly together. Whisper of Refraction is really good because every time you defeat something that's slowed or frozen, you're going to get big chunks of class ability back. Whisper of Torment, you gain grenade energy each time you take damage from targets. Now, some weapons to pair with this is Conditional Finality. This has got dual barrels, it's a stasis and a solar, so you can freeze and explode. Aegis Scepter is another one, we all know how good this is. So any of these weapons work perfectly, or even something like Cryosphasia 77k. This is a liquid burst ice freezing machine as well, so this works perfectly with this. So I'm not just going to show you the full build on Neptune. In the last sector we'll step it up or get to an 1840, and this is what you can do. You can literally just dominate everything like so. You are literally, what an Iceflare bolts is just chaining the freezing effects everywhere. You've got your Frostpulse, you've got your suppression from your Felwinter's finisher, so it's super strong. You've got your melee also to freeze, and you've got your cold snap grenade on top of that. And once you've got all these going, you're absolutely unstoppable. You are in absolute pure manipulation mode. You can literally run round. Look at them, frozen, suppressed. They don't know what they're doing. They've all got 30% debuff on them. This build is absolutely magic. It's one of our favourite Stasis Warlock builds. And for champions, it absolutely controls like so. Just look at the state of that. We've just frozen 7 or 8 enemies in one go. And you're taking reduced damage from all the fragments that you've seen. So you are really tanky as well. Get that finisher in. 30% debuffed everywhere around that target as well. And you can really take advantage of some of the mods, especially this one, Proximity Ward, because we are finishing a lot with this build. Gain a powerful overshield while performing your finisher. This is just a really nice mod to run with this build. As I said, Felwinter's is based around finishers, so you're going to be doing a lot of finishers. Get that stuck on and you're going to be even more tankier. But this next clip here was really good. You can see it all working together. You've got that nice finisher. everything is rushing you, but now they can't do anything because they're suppressed and they're frozen, and they've all got a massive 30% debuff on their heads, so it's absolutely crazy. We're going to step it up a bit more now. Let's get into a GM, and you're going to see how much control you have over these champions and all the surrounding enemies. You can literally infinitely freeze champions with your weapons, your grenade, your melee, your Frostpulse and your Iceflare bolts. You can literally just control all different types of encounters, and you've got the confidence because of all the damage reduction you can get from the Stasis Fragments. You can get up close to these unstoppables, and the slowing, freezing, smashing effect from the Stasis is exceptional for all different types of champions, especially unstoppable. And again, it's just having the confidence to get in there, not play safe. You are playing very, very aggressive. And once you get the build down, you can really take advantage of it and do some really nice plays like so. Debuffing that target for your teammates, and it's just pure control. Look at him, he doesn't know what to do. I've got a few more clips to show you of it working in the GM. I'm just going to go over my mods now. On my class item, Repair is a really good one to run because you use your class ability a lot, so you're going to get loads of orbs from Repair. Bomber, every time you use your class ability, you're going to get reduced grenade cooldown. Proximity ward, which we've touched on, absolutely vital for finishers. Really good mod. On my legs, I built around ability regen, so 2 invigorations for reduced melee cooldown each time you pick up an orb for your freezing melee. Absolution reduces all ability cooldowns when you pick up an orb. On my chest piece, I always like to run a concussive dampener with up close and personal builds, and a couple of resist mods, whatever it is at the time, Arc, Void or Solar. You can change them to your liking. On my arms, I like to run a double momentum transfer because every time you cause damage with a grenade, it's going to reduce your melee cooldown, so it's a vicious little cycle that works really nice together. 2 of them. And then I also like to run a bolstering detonation. Grants class ability when you cause damage with a grenade for your Frostpulse, so really good. On the helmet, I like to stack out my orb creation, so I like to run Stasis or a Harmonic Siphon mod. So rapid stasis kill is going to create an orb, and then you can just match your next one to whatever weapon you're running. I was running a strand heavy, so I run a strand siphon, and then your last one is either a special ammo finder or a heavy ammo finder, whatever you are running at the time. And for situations, this is where it really shines, where you're getting pushed by a lot of enemies. You've got so much control with it. You can freeze, debuff, it's absolutely crazy. So when you're getting pushed, this is where the build shines, or where you've got surrounded by enemies, this is where this build really takes off. And it's not like the Osmio or Mansiglove builds. That is an absolutely insane build, as we all know. This is slightly different. This is more of an aggressive build. So if you like aggressive play, this build's definitely for you. And like I said, Felwinters and Stasis, to me, I haven't done anything better with Felwinters. But yeah, that's the video. I'm going to leave everything playing out at the end. I'll also leave a dim link. Stay tuned. You'll see all the build loadout and everything. And like I said, I will leave a dim link in the video description. Thanks for watching. Have a great day.